Welcome to the Speedworld Bruck kart circuit in Austria, venue for the third and final round of the Central and Eastern European Rotax Max Challenge, where this man, Ferenc Kancár from Hungary, has qualified on pole for the pre-final race. Second on the grid after being just 1/10 of a second slower than Kancár in qualifying is Japan's Ukyo Sasahara, the driver who comes here as championship leader. Third is Marc Ferenc. The Hungarian currently lies fourth in the Drivers' Championship and he'll be looking to build on his podium finish last time out. And lining up fourth is Jakub Sandor. The Slovakian is Ukyo Sasahara's closest rival for the championship. 13 points separate them and there's 89 points still available to each driver this weekend. Maximilian Weinzierl from Austria will start this one fifth on the grid. The karts creep towards the line and now the drivers floor their throttles, but it's a full start. The start line official not happy and they'll have to go around again. They must be in a clear 2x2 formation for the race to get the green light. Back around they come. The pack looks much neater this time and it's a good start, is it? No, it's not. It looked okay, but clearly the officials deciding that one or two were still out of position. Hopefully this time they'll get it right, otherwise they're going to run out of fuel at this rate. Yes, we are away, but Ukyo Sasahara's made a poor start. He's stranded on the outside line and now he's fighting side by side with Krzysztof Starzyk in the green helmet. He loses out and Sasahara is eventually going to slot into fifth place, having started second on the grid. Kancár leads from Ferenc, then it's Weinzierl up to third, and Krzysztof Starzyk has made a terrific start to move from seventh to fourth, just ahead of Sasahara. And then it's Jakub Sandor in sixth place, so both of the two main championship contenders off to a bad start here. But hold on, that looks like Sasahara and Sandor have both now moved ahead of the man with the green lid, Starzyk. Indeed they have, so that would put them back up to fourth and fifth respectively. Already you can see these 125cc karts absolutely flying. They're reaching top speeds of 94 kilometres an hour in qualifying. Into turn one, and a change for second place as Max Weinzierl guides his kart past Marc Ferenc. Ferenc now tries to fight back. He's drawing alongside the Austrian. He'll have the best line for the next corner, and he's through under braking into the left-hander. The initial move from Weinzierl was good, but Ferenc was able to ride out the attack and kept his cool. Neither of them really losing any time with a couple of good clean passes, so they're still within touch of our race leader, Ferenc Kancár. But it has allowed the 115 kart of Ukyo Sasahara to catch them up. He now pulls out of the slipstream and commits to the move. Brave stuff from the Japanese driver. He had to brake so late to make it through, but he's determined to climb back up the order as quickly as possible following that poor start. Sasahara started second, dropped to fifth on lap one, but he's now fought his way back up to third. And crucially, of course, Sasahara is now a couple of places ahead of his rival for the title, Jakub Sandor. Realistically, Sandor needs to beat Sasahara in this race, and ideally he could do with beating him by quite a few positions to close to within striking distance of his points tally going into the final. There are plenty of other drivers out there having battles, and here's the fight for 15th, which features amongst its number Fodor Arpad in the 103 kart. Great move from the driver who finished third in the 2011 Hungarian Rotax Max Senior Championship. The driver he overtook was 104 Niki Lah, who was tumbled down the order from sixth on the grid. Sasahara now on terms with Ferenc, through at turn one, and the Japanese driver starts lap 4 where he started the race, which is to say he's back up to second place. Question is, has he got enough time now to close the gap to the race leader, Ferenc Kancár? He's more than 2 seconds clear of this four-way battle for second. Sasahara, Ferenc, Weinzierl and Sandor. It's a really strong group this, because you've got Sasahara in the 115 kart. He's a leading light in this year's European Rotax Max Challenge. Then you've got 102 Marc Ferenc, the reigning Hungarian national champion, 127 Max Weinzierl, the Austrian champion, and 193 Jakub Sandor, the Slovakian national champion. Krzysztof Starzyk, Mochnaki Bartlomiej and Michal Pospíšil are next to come through in 6th, 7th and 8th. Here's Fodor Arpad making another move in the 103 kart. He gets past 145 Mario Seban to climb up to 12th place now. Arpad on a bit of a charge here, and he almost immediately gains another place with a very positive move to get past Istvan Sipos, who finished second in the Hungarian Junior Rotax Max Challenge a couple of years ago. That's several moves in quick succession we've now seen from Arpad in the 103 kart. He's put him up to 11th, but he's merely recovering back up the order because he was 10th on the grid. More action this time, it's 111 Oliver Beck, one of the newcomers to the series, overtaking 106 Laszlo Kovacs, with 184 Stefan Artner just behind the pair of them. And maybe toward the back of the field, but they're still giving it their all and look like they're enjoying the tussle. Even the tail enders in this race are of a good pedigree. Kovacs is currently a front runner in the Hungarian karting championships, and although he's Austrian, Artner is running 6th in the same series. We're heading for the closing stages, still with the main final to look forward to, as Stefan Artner charges ahead of Beck to gain a place. Just a few laps remaining, and there's Artner with another move. He fires one at the inside of Kovacs, and that puts him up to 14th place. A last gasp move that, and I think it put Kovacs off his stride. As a consequence, he loses another place to Beck at the next corner. And that just goes to show how important acceleration and good momentum is in kart racing, in any form of racing for that matter. This is the battle for 6th place. Christoph Starzek being hunted down by the recovering Nicky Lahr, who was down at the back of the pack for a period. Not anymore. A sweet move to get inside Starzek, and Lahr is back into the top 6. Here come the top 2 onto the final lap of the race, and they're almost nose to tail now, with Ukio Sasahara having worked hard to close the gap to race leader Frank Kanchar over the last 10 laps or so. Sasahara, an accomplished competitor on the European stage. He hails from Japan, but he's a multiple junior European and Grand Finale champion. He's also contested this year's European Rotax Max Challenge at senior level, as has race leader Frank Kanchar. Just a couple of corners to go. Sasahara doing everything he can to close the gap and win the race, even though he doesn't really need to from a championship perspective. But he's not going to do it because the flag is being readied, and that is Ferenc Kanchar, who wins the pre-final here in Austria.